Black Oni.
What is up, tubes? It's your boy JBlaze06 here. Now, first of all, this is taken from a live stream session on twitch.tv/JBlaze06. I would love it for so many of you, 1,000 of you, to follow me on Twitch. You'll get to see some of the raw footage of the things that I'm playing and interact with me exactly at the moment that I'm playing. So if you enjoy my gameplay videos, if you like interacting with me on YouTube and on Twitter, some of you guys are following me on Twitter, the Facebook Black Oni page. If you guys like interacting with me, it would be a great way for me to know firsthand how much you do like interacting with me and that you like watching the gameplay videos. So if that's the case, feel free to follow on Twitch. I'm doing this video because, one, I want to talk to you guys about why I love being a gamer and artist, but also some of the things that aren't so great about it, and also to celebrate the fact that I have 1,000 subscribers. I have over 200,000 views on YouTube. This is something I did not foresee coming, being a thing anytime soon. You know, I started YouTube as kind of a thing that I love to do, as a kind of a passion, and as part of something that I just kind of wanted to share with people, share with you guys. And you've taken to it very well. There's still a long road ahead. There's still way more I need to do in order to really be where I want to be in terms of my gaming and art career. So I'm so glad that you guys are here with me during that. So first I want to start off with one of the negatives of being an artist and gamer. I constantly have to juggle my time and my time management. As many of you know who are artists or gamers in some capacity, you know that you spend a lot of time in front of screens. You spend a lot of time doing all of those things, and I love doing that. The crazy thing about it is, you know, you really have no idea how much time you're spending on these two things until, like, people are asking you to hang out with you all the time, and you're just like, no, I gotta do this, or I gotta do that, or in my case, is work on this project, or edit this video, or live stream tonight, or etc., etc. I think that is a detriment to being a content creator and being an artist. You know, you have to constantly struggle between time management and figuring out when you're going to be able to actually do other things outside of those things. So both of those things are extremely time consuming. Those are the drawbacks of being an artist and gamer. But the beautiful thing is that you get to create all the time. Almost every time you're in front of something, you are creating something. You are starting something, in the case of art, from nothing, from scratch. You're starting with just a blank canvas and you're going in it and creating something beautiful. And in the case of gaming, you're taking something that, you know, countless people have spent hours upon hours creating, and you're creating new experiences for people that they wouldn't otherwise have unless you were there creating the content. And so that is one of the most beautiful things about being a content creator and being a streamer, is that you can provide a new form of entertainment that you can't get anywhere else. Like, that's just the way it is. When you're a YouTuber or Twitch streamer, people tuning into your streams or to your videos, they are getting content that's from you specifically that they aren't getting from other people. There might be people doing something similar, but it's not exactly what you do. One of the other things I wanted to say that was really interesting about being an artist and gamer, kind of on the negative side, is how expensive it is. Now, unless companies are sending you copies of games to review or play or promote, or the case of an artist, unless they're sending you equipment to review, materials, you have to go out of pocket for all this stuff, and obviously you need to have a job in order to do that. And that'll lead into one of my other negative things, but it is very expensive to be a gamer or an artist. To be both is even more expensive. Now, the flip side of that is, if you get to the point where you're really, really good at what you do, both as an artist and as a gamer, companies start sending you stuff for free. Now, I'm not going to claim I'm one of the best YouTubers out there, one of the best artists out there, but I've had, companies provide copies of, downloadable games, or in the case of Astro, they sent over a pair of headphones for me to review. That would not have been possible if not for the fact that I've been creating this YouTube content and creating content on blackonlyblog.com. That has been it has been one of the most rewarding aspects of doing what I do, and I love it. And one of the other things I wanted to discuss in relation to that was essentially you learn so much about marketing and so much about what the impact of social media is, for example. You don't realize how important being an influencer in the media, in the public perception, how important that is until you are in the depths of creating content and really marketing yourself. And that's a good thing and a bad thing. Now, it's good because once you start hitting your stride and start seeing, those numbers coming in and people paying attention to the things you're posting, et cetera, it's really awesome. You get all this, traction. You can use metrics to make a case for yourself to say like, hey, this is the kind of impact I have on the industry. And this is where I can take you from there. The downside of that is obviously you have to know how to market yourself. Now, at the time of doing this video, I have like 240 something Twitter followers. It's not that much. YouTube, I have 1,000 subscribers. Obviously, I'm doing this video because of the 1,000 subscribers thing, and it is mind-blowing to me. And again, there's still so much further to go. There's still so much more I want to do and need to do. But it kind of blows my mind that there are even anyone out there who are actively going out of their way to watch my videos or listen to my videos or the podcast, who actively tune in every other week and are asking me to upload YouTube content, asking me to upload more podcasts per week as opposed to every other week. I would love to be able to do that. And this leads into one of my other things that I wanted to discuss, is balancing this idea of being a full-time content creator and full-time freelance artist versus being someone who's employed and doing this on the side. Now, many of you know, and I'll do some FAQs later on down the road, but many of you know that this is not my full-time job. This is something that I'm doing outside of my regular work hours of operation. One of the people that I have actually moderating my Twitch streams asked me the other day, hey Jay, why don't you start your streams earlier? And this was a fascinating question because this is from a younger cat. You might not know kind of what the struggles of being an adult is at this point, but I work from 9 to 5 and I get home at around 6. By the time 6 o'clock rolls by, I'm getting dinner ready. I'm cleaning a little bit, whatever I can. My room's a total mess right now. That's why you don't see a face cam. It's a complete disaster. And, I'm getting everything ready to get set up. I'm sending out the social media blasts. I'm responding to emails. I'm responding to messages people are leaving through YouTube and Twitter, the official Facebook, the Black Only thread, which is kind of the Black Only family kind of talking together and discussing, what's going on in gaming outside of our podcast stuff. And, I think when I get to the point where I can tether off of being a full-time worker at another company and I can start doing this and also my freelance art full-time, I think that will be a wonderful and beautiful thing. Obviously, I'm going to need to really get the ball rolling on a lot more initiatives before I can do that. Black Only Blog needs to be a very strong standalone experience. The YouTube channel needs to have more subscribers, although at this point, again, I'm so blown away at the fact that I have 1,000 of you guys subscribed with over 200. Like, that just blows my mind. I'm so thankful to every last one of you who have tuned into any of my videos. I'm really just kind of blessed to know that there are people out there who care enough to watch my video, to give me 2 minutes of their time, 3 minutes. In the case of this video, a lot longer than that. But that's one of the most rewarding things about doing this, is that there are people who actively go out of their way to look for my content, and that's a wonderful feeling. The con obviously of that is I have pressure to kind of put content out, and I gotta stay consistent with this, and in order to be successful as a content creator and as an artist, you have to be constantly putting stuff out there, letting people know about it through kind of social media or through events, et cetera. And another thing that I want to talk about is going to conferences and conventions. When I was growing up, my friends and I, the idea of going to a convention, being in this place where you're surrounded by people who are just like you, as a gamer specifically, was kind of mind-blowing. So something like E3, for example, is actually still on my radar, but I never even considered the fact that I would be either a candidate or potentially be able to go to E3 through what I'm doing, as kind of like my outside of work thing, and that also blows my mind. I also go to conventions as an artist, so as many of you know, I'm a designer, illustrator, as well as a gamer, and the idea of being able to go to a convention and people going to your table and saying, I remember seeing this work before, I remember seeing, the book that you and Zach worked on, I can't wait until the next issue, when is that coming, can I buy another copy, what kind of prints do you have? Like, people who remember my work coming to like interact with me and buy my stuff and just straight up talk to me at a convention, like that is an awesome feeling, and that's an awesome thing. And I would hope that many people would have the opportunity to go to conventions and really interact with the people who are working those booths, because it's a really extremely rewarding feeling to know that people care about your work. And finally, I wanted to touch again on the idea of being a content creator and what this means for me, and what kind of things you guys can expect moving forward. Now, many of you have asked me to do some more Guilty Gear XR uploads. I will be doing that, don't you worry. I will be doing more tutorials. You guys really like the tutorials and kind of the how-tos on how to do specific things, so you'll see more of that stuff. And I'll do some more time lapses. I've been promising to do more of those, and I haven't been delivering on some of those promises, so that will be coming up. But yeah, again, I just wanted to thank you all for joining me on this journey, and wanted to let you guys know that the Black Oni store is open for business. You can pre-order t-shirts there, as well as buy prints, mugs, accessories, etc., etc. Those are all things you can do. Make sure you follow me on Twitch. I stream pretty much twice a week. I'm trying to do 3 times a week. We'll see how that goes, but some of the guys that have been joining those streams have been really into it. Some of you guys are pretty diehard, I don't want to say fans, just diehard parts of what I do here, and I love and appreciate that there are those of you who do that. And as always, I will catch you guys on the next video. Take care, everyone, please. I want to just say with the utmost respect to the medium and to you guys that I thank you so much for giving me your time and giving me your feedback. Your feedback has been really important. If you guys would like Q&As moving forward, I can do Q&As. That's not a problem. But anyway, game on, and J-Blaze out.
You should pay attention.
Melia, win, straight.